Welcome to the Real Estate Espresso Podcast, your morning shot of what's new in the world of real estate investing. I'm your host, Victor Minash. Happy September 1st, and on the first day of each month, we review the Book of the Month. The Book of the Month has to meet a very simple criteria. It has to be impactful enough that it will either change your life or your perspective on the world. It's a very simple criteria. Now, of course, whether it does or not is entirely up to you. If you simply consume the content and comment on how good a book it is, without necessarily engaging the book with your entire being, you're missing the point. And our book this month is definitely worthy of the Book of the Month. It's the book Dream Big by Bob Goff. Bob is someone who lives his own life out loud. After graduating law school, Bob decided to take a 3-month vacation with his family and visit a remote part of British Columbia. He took the personal initiative to purchase a 2,500-acre parcel of land and spent 5 years building a lodge in the side of a mountain. On a visit to Uganda, he witnessed the atrocities being committed by so-called witch doctors against young children. He influenced the Ugandan parliament to enact legislation to outlaw these practices and then undertook to prosecute one of the witch doctors under that new law. This is as an American, as a foreigner. He then realized the prosecution wasn't the answer, so he started a school for witch doctors so that by educating them to be better witch doctors, they would no longer commit atrocities against children. He started a school in Afghanistan for girls. He's brought warring heads of state to his lodge in British Columbia and negotiated peace treaties with zero authority to do so. A short time later, he was appointed as the Ugandan ambassador from Uganda to the United States. That's right, as a U.S. citizen, a non-Ugandan, and is representing the Ugandan nation as ambassador to the U.S. Bob draws on a lifetime of living and dreaming large to help guide readers by reaching their own larger-than-life dreams. In Dream Big, he shows us how to learn how to define clearly your dreams for yourself, how to identify the obstacles that are holding you back, how to come up with a specific plan for reaching the goals, and develop the tools that are going to help you to act on that plan. Bob has truly done the impossible, simply by daring you to dream big. But when he talks about dreaming big, this is not the idle dreamer he's talking about. He's talking about becoming clear on your life's purpose and then aligning all of your actions to be congruent with your life's purpose. This book is not a typical formula-based self-help book, even though it might sound like that from the outset. Before you can awaken to your life's purpose, you have to get clear on who you are and who you want to be. And this is an exercise in deep introspection and self-awareness. When the purpose and the mission are clear, the strategies become obvious. Now, if we don't take the time to discover what's beneath the surface in relationships and faith, career, or public service, we're not going to go for what's best. We'll just keep reaching for whatever's available and easily accessible. We can't fix what we don't take the time to understand. And so many people live their lives on repeat at a very superficial level, enacting the same soothing behavior day after day. Knowing where you are is an essential part of developing that self-awareness, but we're not talking about where you are geographically, we're talking about biographically. And once you know that, you want to get clear on what you really want out of life. We're not talking about a new Porsche. That's a distraction. There's nothing wrong with wanting a new Porsche, but if that's your driving ambition, then you're not truly awake to your life's purpose. We're not talking about what you want to do either. Some people wrap up their purpose in doing. A better approach is to determine who you want to be and use that to inform what you want to do. Now, Bob's a person of the Christian faith, and he makes references to that faith in the book. Now, I'm not of the same religion as Bob, and his references to his faith might be problematic for some. They weren't so much for me. Regardless what you believe, his exercise in clearing your life of everything and putting back only the things that truly matter is critical to fulfilling your life's purpose. You can't accomplish anything of significance if your life is cluttered with too many distractions. Bob Goff personifies the word audacity. He takes the time to get clear and do the unconventional if it furthers his dream. But these aren't just idle dreams. You see, if Bob had done just one extraordinary thing like opening a school in Afghanistan, well, that would be cool. But he's a serial dreamer who's figured out how to execute one audacious idea after another. Has he failed? Sure, he's failed plenty. But that's no different than the best basketball player in the world, Michael Jordan. He's missed more shots, he's lost more games than anyone, but he's also taken more shots than anyone. It's no different than a baseball player, the best in the world, who are still batting less than .500. The size of your ambitions doesn't necessarily indicate the difficulty of achieving them. Think instead of the magnitude of the impact they'll have on your life and the lives of the people around you. And as you think about that, have an awesome rest of your day. Go get a copy of Dream Big by Bob Goff. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.